that the website can't ever explain the intricacies of every professional situation, even for large occupational categories like teachers. People also told us that sometimes the information on the website is not consistent with the information required on the forms, and I'm sure that you all know that. As well, people told us that the visa wizard that's included on the website trivializes what is otherwise a major life decision. Well, they went on to then say that changing rules were an element of the process that was underplayed in terms of its impact on a particular applicant's application. First of all, the constantly changing rules decrease trust in the website itself, because no one can ever really know if the website is up to date with the most current decisions of the department. And therefore it increases the stress and tension of applicants and their need for reassurance. Because the rules are changing all the time, it also makes it difficult to judge the level of knowledge of agents. And this person told us, "I must say, I have little faith in migration agents in Australia. Nobody seems to know what's going on. This agent is fantastic, but you hear about constant changes with the visas. One week I had enough points and the next week I didn't. I don't think anyone knows. I've lost hope, to be frank," is what this person said. Now, someone else said, "Even if you are careful, the law is always changing. Our agent did a really good thing. Because there were so many students, he ran a free workshop on the changes that were being proposed. So you could go there and listen. Maybe not everything would be applicable, but you would hear things and think, ah, that's my situation." Well, people also told us that one of the effects of giving changes immediate effect is leaves registered migration agents little time to advise their clients. You remember when we had a lot of rapid decisions being made last spring. They were all being made with immediate effect. And this person who had experienced some of the repercussions of that said, "I must say it was a really moving feast. Maybe I shouldn't say so, but my agent didn't have a very positive view of the minister. She would say, he has announced changes with immediate effect, so I'm sorry I don't have time to brief my clients. Unfortunately, some of them in trade occupations were left in the lurch, and she did regret that. She just had to tell a couple of them, 'I'm sorry, that's it.'" The website also underplays the value of hiring an agent. And this is the notice that was copied from the website. And it says, important, you do not need a migration agent to apply for any visa. However, if you choose to use a migration agent, you should use a registered migration agent. Information about easily finding registered agents and the dangers of using unregistered agents is available. Now,
actually,
my problem...
Can I just say something on that one, Randall?
Yeah.
I think we've actually got the department to modify that a bit.
All right.
It's been an ongoing battle, but anyway, I won't hold your thing up. Just there's a bit of good news in everything.
Fantastic.
But still, I think the arguments would not affect the outcomes of the research.
Right. Okay.
But we have been working on them about that. Yeah.
Well, the thing that really gets me about this particular one is that I don't think there's a laser there. It's the words unregistered agents, as if you could be an agent and not be registered. Anybody who's unregistered is not an agent. They are someone posing as an agent. So even the way that the language is used really devalues the services of migration agents. And so I'm glad to see that the MIA has been advocating for changes there, because they're long overdue. That's great. Well, now, people told us that the time limits involved are also a strong incentive to hire an agent. Things like age limits. This person could have been me. He said, "I was worried about my age. I came here when I was 42. And as you all know, you need to get through the gate before you turn 45, or else it closes. And so there are strong incentives for older migrants to hire a registered migration agent. But also there are time limits imposed at the end of a holiday or working visa, the end of a period of study, or if you're made redundant while on a 457, like this poor woman. She said, whilst I was on a working holiday visa, the company that I was working for decided to hire me, which was fantastic, until I got made redundant because of the GFC. That's when I needed a migration agent, because I wanted to stay in Australia, but I wasn't too sure of the process of what happens. So this notion that, you know, if you're really in trouble, you really need the services of a registered migration agent. And again, few people are aware that imminent deportation can be the result of a mistake. People also said that one of the incentives to hiring an agent is that they're not prepared the risk of being declined. It could be a risk associated with certain professions, like this fellow. He said, I looked at the DIAC website, but I had some doubts. There were a lot of rules which applied to accountants. He was an accountant. I needed to know if my credentials would be accepted here. My agent advised me to take 3 subjects and then try for my CPA. Also, if you come from certain countries, it's important that you engage the services of an RMA. This person said, I come from Iran, and so there's always this danger that they will read things one way instead of another. So I use a migration agent to make sure that nothing goes wrong. And still other people hire migration agents to avoid the hassle of the application process. This person said, a friend of mine said it was easy. So I went to the website and downloaded all the forms and laid them all out in front of me, and I said, why am I doing this? I thought, I'll get the experts in to do it. And lastly, I think for this chapter, yes, a bad experience is the strongest incentive to hire an agent. And like I said, we had had a number of people in the group discussions who had had a bad experience and then were taken up by another agent to help fix their problems. This person said it was good to go through an agent and get it done properly. We were trying to do it ourselves for 7 or 8 months, and then once the agent got involved, it was approved within a week. Somebody else said, we wish we would have went straight to the agent the first time. It would have saved us money. It would have saved us time. And we were apart for a while we waited for the decision. This final comment. I applied for an independent skills visa. Unfortunately, I was turned down because I didn't use an agent and I didn't do the IELTS test because I'm a native English speaker. So I failed my visa by 10 points. That was quite a few $1,000s down the drain by that point. That woman came from the Midlands in England. She never imagined for a moment that she would have to do an IELTS. And she underestimated how difficult it was, and that's why she lost her 10 points. Had she been told that she needed to write the IELTS, and had she studied for it, there wouldn't have been a problem. But because she went the DIY way, she ended up getting caught.